Yamuna Tira Jayom Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtottar Shatu Shri Srimad Abhay Charanar Bindu Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shamaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gaurango. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatali Shatali. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudire
Tato Jayamudire
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, कौन verse है?
1919.
1919.
20.
Today is going to be 20.
20.
19 or 18? 19.
And 9th chapter, Bhishma passing away.
Okay.
20.
Marking that 8th chapter. Passing away Bhishma Dev. Keep straight. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 9, text 20. Yam manyase matulayam priyam mitram surittamam akaro shachivam dutam shaurhidad atha Sarathim Jangmannase Matuleyam Priyang Mitrang Sudhitamam Akaro Sachivang Dutam Sorhida Datha Sharathim Jangmannase Matuleyam Priyang Mitram Sudhitamam Akaro Sachivang Dutam Sorhida Datha Sharathim Jangmannase Matuleyam Priyang Mitram Sudhitamam Akaro Sachivan Dutam Sorhida Datha Sarathim.
স্ক্রিনে দেখানো যায়নি,
হ্যাঁ
স্ক্রিনে আনা যায়নি।
Okay. ঠিক আছে। Young, the person. Mannase, you think. Matulayam, maternal cousin. Priyam, very dear. Mitram, friend. Sudhitamam, ardent well-wisher. Akaro, executed. Sachivam, counsel. Dutam, messenger. Sorhida, by goodwill. Atha, thereupon. Sarathim, charioteer. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. O King, that personality whom, out of ignorance only, you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc., is that very personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Please repeat after me. O King, that personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc., is that very personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Sri Krishna, although acting as the cousin, brother, friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc. of the Pandavas, was still the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Out of His causeless mercy and favor upon His unalloyed devotees, He performs all kinds of service. But that does not mean that He has changed His position as the absolute person. To think of Him as an ordinary man is the grossest type of ignorance. So, Bhishma Dev is about to leave his body, and Krishna, along with the Pandavas, came there. And at that time, Bhishma Dev is instructing Yudhishthir Maharaj. He's instructing everyone, especially the Pandavas headed by Yudhishthir Maharaj. So here he is pointing out that Jangmannase Matuleyam, whom you consider to be your Matul. Matul means maternal cousin. Kunti Devi was Vasudev's sister. And Pandavas are Kunti Devi's sons, and Vasudev was Krishna's father. In that way, Vasudev is Krishna's mama. And Krishna is Pandava's mamatu bhai, matuleyam. Matuleyam, matulassa putra. So he's pointing out that the personality who you thought to be your cousin, then Priyam, your very dear one, your very dear friend, Mitram, Surittamam, the dearmost well-wisher, Akaro, he acted as your Sachiv, counselor. He advised you. He is your very dear, the dearmost, the most intimate well-wisher. So, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, we can see that we can develop our relationship with Krishna. And developing a relationship with Krishna is the ultimate goal of life. So those who are fortunate, they get an opportunity to recognize Krishna and develop their relationships with Krishna. And our scriptures are reminding us time and time again that the purpose of human life is to develop one's relationship with Krishna. It's very rare. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling Arjuna that Arjuna, now I'll give you the most confidential knowledge, most important knowledge. And right after that, he said that Madhushanam Sahasreshu Jatutamapi Siddhai. Out of thousands and thousands of people, rarely one aspire for spiritual life. And Jatutamapi Siddhanam Kaschin Mam Vitti Tattataha. Rarely one Manushanam Sahasreshu, after thousands and thousands of living entities, one aspire for spiritual perfection. And those who achieve spiritual perfection, not that everybody achieves spiritual perfection, rarely one achieves the spiritual perfection. Among them, the perfected ones, rarely one gets to know Krishna as he is. So that's how rare Krishna consciousness is. But that is the goal of human life. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. The purpose of human life is Brahma Jigyasa, spiritual inquiry. And the spiritual inquiry begins by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Because he has the knowledge, therefore he can give that knowledge. And what is the qualification of a bona fide spiritual master? The qualification of a bona fide spiritual master is that he is a disciple of a bona fide spiritual master. And he has sincerely followed his instructions. Like just getting initiation is not enough. Just finding a spiritual master is not enough. One must sincerely follow his instructions. Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. That's the qualification of a disciple. Pranipatena, humbly must approach spiritual master. Pariprashnena, he must inquire sincerely from him. Pariprashnena, sincere inquiry. Sevaya, serving him. Please him, show one's sincerity. And then the spiritual master will impart the knowledge, upadekshantite jnanam, because jnaninas tattvadarshina, because he has seen the truth. The spiritual master has to be qualified, the disciples also have to be qualified. Then only the transmission of knowledge will take place. How will it will take place? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashita. Tene Brahma Hida Adi Kavaye Muhyanti Jatsuraya. So it's a very scientific process. Vijnana Samanitam, Krishna is telling. Jnanam teham savijnanam. Savijnanam. This knowledge is not just mental speculation, it's a scientific knowledge. Idam bhaksham asheshataha. Krishna is telling Arjuna, idam, this knowledge I am giving to you. Asheshataha. And jaj gatva neha bhuya annaj gyatavvam avashishyati. And if you know that, then there is nothing is left to know. Everything will be understood. Jasmin vigyate sarvamevam vigyatam bhavati. This knowledge is such a knowledge that if you know that, then everything becomes known. The question may arise, how is it possible? Just by knowing one thing, we can understand everything. Yes, that's the spiritual knowledge. Because Krishna is the source of everything. So if you know Krishna, then you know everything. And automatically you see everything in light of Krishna. Everything in light of Krishna consciousness. In the material nature, we have to get knowledge piecemeal. The knowledge of this, knowledge of this, knowledge of this, knowledge of this. It's like in the dark room, you focus with a torchlight. You're seeing this, you're seeing that, you're seeing this. But when you go out and in sunlight, then do you have to see it with a torchlight? No, everything is exposed. So that is what the spiritual knowledge is like. This is a world of darkness, therefore knowledge has to be acquired. But the spiritual world, everything is manifest. It's an example, it's not just one example. It's not exactly like that, not like just going out in sunlight. This knowledge is, again, is not seen with our eyes or received with our intellect. This is a kind of a knowledge that is revealed in the heart. Divya Hriday Prakashita. Prakashita. When this knowledge is manifest, then everything becomes manifest. To understand that, we can go to Brahma Samhita. Brahma received the knowledge. Brahma received the mantra Gayatri. And Brahma meditated on Gayatri. And what is the outcome of that? Brahma is seeing the spiritual world. Chintamani Prakarasana. Is Brahma seeing spiritual world with his material eyes? In his heart, the spiritual world became manifest. That is the Divya Hriday Prakashita. Brahma is transported to the spiritual world. And he's seeing. And that's what he's describing. Shyamam Tribhanga Lalitam Niyatam Prakasham Venum Kanantam Aravinda Dalayataksha Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrahma Sevamana. That's how Brahma is seeing the spiritual world. And he's describing what he's seeing. So that is this knowledge. What Krishna is speaking, what Krishna is imparting. And when you get to see Krishna, when you get to know Krishna, then how do we see Krishna? We see Krishna as our dearmost friend. Sulhidam Sarvabhutanam. And sometimes Krishna blesses somebody by becoming his relative. Krishna comes here, he takes birth. Ajopi sanabhayatma bhutanam issaropi shan prakritin shamadhisthaya sambhavami atmamaya. Krishna is telling, although I am unborn, I take birth. I manifest myself. But that is through my atmamaya, my spiritual potency, my internal potency. Sambhavami, he manifests. Although he is aja, unborn, he takes birth. And when he takes birth, he develops relationship also. As we are seeing here, Matuleyam, he took birth as Vasudev's son. And Vasudev's sister is Kunti. And Kunti's sons are the Pandavas. So they become cousins. Krishna allows this kind of relationships to develop. Krishna got married. Krishna got his wives. So they got relationship with Krishna. So in this way, Krishna has father, mother, uncle, aunt, cousins, wives, children, friends. So this is how Krishna allows his devotees to develop a loving relationship with him, especially when he comes to this material nature to perform his pastimes. These pastimes are meant for giving the living entities in the material nature a chance to develop relationship with Krishna. And by allowing devotees to develop this relationship with Krishna, Krishna actually teaches us, look, you also can have a relationship with me. It is not that this good fortune is meant only for Arjuna. This good fortune is only meant for Vasudeva and Devaki. This fortune is meant only, or this fortune is available only to Kunti Devi or Rukmini, Satyabhama. Krishna is telling that anybody can have this relationship with me. Therefore I am in everyone's heart. So this is how Krishna is actually showing us that how wonderfully we can develop our relationship with him and make our life successful. If Krishna didn't want to give us this opportunity, then why is in our hearts? He is in our hearts means Krishna is saying, look, I am yours. And you can develop any relationship you want with me. But the first thing is, begin with servitorship. First you become a servant. First you become a servant, and then I will tell you what you can become. It is not up to us to decide, oh Krishna, I'll become your friend. No. Jiver Swarup hoy, Krishna Nitya. A living entity's constitutional position, Swarup, is a servant of Krishna. So when we develop a relationship with Krishna, our relationship should be based on servitorship. Just servant. The servant cannot tell the master, Master, I will become your friend. Can the servant say that? Or can a maid servant say, Master, I want to become your wife? No. But if the master wants, then he can allow his servant to have some relationship. Sometimes it happens. A servant becomes so close to the master that master treats him like a friend. Or one starts as a servant, and then he finds out actually he's Krishna's son. A maid servant starts to serve Krishna, and then by Krishna's mercy, she finds out that actually she is Krishna's wife. So this is how Je jathamang prapaddante tangs tathaiva bhajamaham. And Krishna will fulfill our desires as we serve him. So this is how Krishna is giving us a wonderful opportunity, especially when we get the human form of life. We must take full advantage of this golden opportunity. Here Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Manusyanam Sahasreshu, after thousands and thousands of human beings, one gets an opportunity to become interested in spiritual life, so to say. But how rare is the human form of life? For a human being it's so rare, but how rare it is for a living entity to get the human form of life. Can't even imagine. What is the guarantee that we'll get another human form of life? If we then take full advantage of this life, then who knows what kind of body we'll get in our next life. Therefore, when you get this opportunity, you must become completely fixed up. I found the path, and let's not deviate from this path anymore. I found Krishna, let me just stick to him. Let me just consider that the purpose of this life is simply to serve Krishna. Besides that, there is no other purpose. That is the meaning of devotional service. And then only the human form of life becomes successful. What is the difference between material life and spiritual life? What is the difference? Raghav, what's the difference between material life and spiritual life?
Like a tree is a spiritual life, and what is reflected from the tree is like a perverted reflection.
There's the spiritual world and material world. Good point. The real and reflection. The real world is spiritual world, and reflection is the material world. That's very good. But the question is, what is the difference between material life and spiritual? What is material and what is spiritual?
The material life is centering to me, and spiritual life is centering to Krishna.
Very good. Very good point. Materialistic life is centered around me. Spiritual life is centered around Krishna. So centered around me means what? Kadadhar.
Me means like myself and my family, relatives, all these things.
Well, Arjun also had his family. So was Arjun in material life? Okay, good point. I mean, you got the right point, but more clear will be?
Without Krishna is material, with Krishna is spiritual.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said. Yeah. Huh?
No, like this enjoy ourselves is material and try to make happy is Krishna. Like,
Everyone is touching the points, but the life that is centered around this body is material. Me means what here? This body. My body is father, mother. My body is family, as you are saying. So that is material. When I lead a life, the world that is centered around the body, that is material. And that is centered around Krishna, that is spiritual. Now we can see, with your body you have developed relationships. Father, mother, friends, wife, husband, children. When the body is gone, what will happen? Everything will be gone. Whereas, when we lead our life with Krishna in the center, that is spiritual. That will never disappear. That will always be there. Because Krishna will always be there. See the difference? When I do things with my body as the center, with my body in the center, I got money. I put the money in the bank, got a lot of money, right? But when the body is gone, what will happen to that money? Huh?
then
What happened?
then we enjoy.
Or if you would write your will, that person will get, but he won't get it, right? With this body we learned, we got a lot of education, a lot of degree, right? PhD, D fail, D late. But when the body is gone,
All the degrees.
all the degrees are gone. Next life, you have to still learn with A, B, C, D. All the money is gone. Next life, you have to start with $1, $2. So that is what the material nature is like. Material world is the world with, as Gadadhar said, with me in the center, which means my body in the center, through my body. That world that developed through the body. Now we can also go back to Raghav's point. The tree, so many branches, so many leaves, so many twigs, but all are coming from the root. What is the root? This body, right? That is material. Whereas spiritual is, who is the root in the spiritual one, spiritual life? Krishna. So that is how we have to recognize the very simple understanding. The consideration is, should I act for the sake of this body, or should I act for the sake of Krishna? If you act for the sake of the body, that's material. And it will be, not only it will be gone, it will remain. You know what will remain? All your karma will remain. You have to carry all your karma with you. That is the advantage and disadvantage of material life. You're saying so many of you said so many points on materialistic life, the life that we are trying to enjoy. Okay, fine, enjoy, but along with the enjoyment, coming the karma. If the karma is good, some advantage. Next life we'll get a good birth. But if the karma is bad, and in today's world, most of the karma is bad. So if all the karmas are bad, what will be the result of bad karma? Degraded life. Animal life or life in lower planetary system. So will an intelligent person take a risk, take a chance like that? Very good, no. So we have to become very serious about our spiritual life. We found something which is most precious. Actually, we got an opportunity to understand Krishna Tattvata. But see how rare it is? It's rare to get the human form of life. Even when you get the human form of life, we may, out of thousands and thousands, one gets the chance to become involved in spiritual life. Those who become involved in spiritual life, rarely one achieves success in spiritual life. And those who have been successful, they get to know Krishna. Because there are other, spiritual life means everyone is not becoming devotees. Spiritual life means Jnani, Yogi, Karmi, Tapasi, all kinds of things. Now, does a yogi know Krishna? Does a Jnani know Krishna? No. Only a devotee knows Krishna. That is how rare it is. Now the question is, if it is so rare, then how did I get it? Since I got it, it's not really that important. It is not so. But the question is, how did we get it? We got it by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Had Srila Prabhupada not have come, we wouldn't have got this opportunity. Srila Prabhupada created this good fortune for us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu created this good fortune for us. That is the advantage of being born in Kali Yuga. Kaler doshe nidhe rajan asti eka mahan guna. This age of Kali has a great quality. Mahan guna. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha param prajet. So this is the benefit of chanting the holy name. Param prajet. We can go back to the spiritual world. So, therefore it is very important that we recognize the great good fortune we received. Therefore, it is important that we read Prabhupada's books regularly, because otherwise we may forget. Especially in family life, we tend to forget this mission. You think that family life means maintaining my family is my main business. And to maintain my family, I need money. So making money is my main business. And earning money is difficult. You have to work hard. So this is how it is. The possibility is there that we may forget the purpose of our existence, purpose of this good fortune. Therefore, there is a need to read Prabhupada's books, follow the process, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, associate the devotees, good devotees, who will remind you about the importance of spiritual life. So create that atmosphere and become very nicely situated in your spiritual life. Then Krishna will bless you. If you sincerely follow, Krishna will be happy. Krishna is watching. Krishna is antar bahir avasthitam. Krishna is situated in our hearts, within ourselves. Krishna is situated outside. Krishna is everywhere. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Krishna is everywhere. Omnipresent, present everywhere. So we may not see Krishna, but we must recognize that Krishna is seeing us. And when Krishna sees that you are sincerely practicing this process, then Krishna will be pleased and Krishna will bless you. And all we have to do is just show our sincerity. Pray to Krishna and beg for his mercy, that we can make spiritual advancement, we can become engaged in serving him, and never forget him. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any question?
My question was, when you were talking about the jnanis, yogis, and the tapasvis, and you said that spiritual life is based when it's centered around Krishna, then a question arises that are the jnanis, tapasvis, and yogis living a spiritual life because they don't know Krishna?
Yeah, then they don't know Krishna, but they're approaching Krishna through their effort. Even karmis are approaching Krishna because they're following Krishna's instructions. You want to enjoy, do this. This is how to enjoy. So that's also somehow guiding towards Krishna. Then Gyanis are trying to find out why this is, what this is. And this search Gyanis eventually will perceive Brahmajyoti. And so these are going towards the spiritual domain, but they are not ultimate perfection. Karmis are enjoying following Krishna's instructions, right? Like karma kanda. Veda, the karma kanda is saying that, oh, you want to enjoy, do this, do that. And so that is because he's there abiding by Krishna's instructions. So they are coming close to Krishna. But through karmis, through enjoying, then they come to the point to understand, oh, there's no enjoyment. Then they say, let's get out of here. So that's the platform of jnana. And then when they achieve perfection, they get out of the material nature, but they see the Brahmajyoti. But then, if very fortunately they come across a bona fide spiritual master, or it is the bona fide spiritual master who is actually guiding them, then the bona fide spiritual master tells them, okay, now you try to see the personality of Godhead who is beyond that Brahmajyoti. And therefore he is praying, please remove the curtain of Brahmajyoti so that I can see you. Because this light is dazzling my eyes. I'm not able to see you. And that is surrender. Right? So when one surrenders, then one gets to know Krishna. Now this is such a difficult and long, drawn-out process. But Srila Prabhupada came and said, direct promotion to the topmost region. And that is the good fortune that we received. The age of Kali Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and created that good fortune. And Srila Prabhupada distributed it all over the world, making it available to everyone. That's why you have to recognize Srila Prabhupada is a very, very special person. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to do, but didn't do, he sent Prabhupada to do that. That is how special Srila Prabhupada. Okay. Hare Krishna. Any other? Yes, Tia, you have a question?
Now I don't have a question, but I have a picture in my mind. One day I saw a video of you, and you were talking about Srila Prabhupada and your relationship with him, and it moved me, it touched me very much because you said that you were massaging his feet, and you were saying to him, I would have liked to be with you when you were here in America alone. And he said, I was never alone.
Yeah.
I was with Krishna. Krishna was with me.
Yeah.
When you said those words, I felt like something very strong in my heart. It was such a moving video. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Aradhita, you have any question? No more question. Okay. Maharaj, will you say something? Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.